Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Oxford 4000 Essential English Words, episode 70. I am your host, Emma, and I am thrilled to be here with you today.
And I am Frank. It is great to be back in the studio. You know, Emma, I woke up feeling surprisingly energetic today. I am ready to tackle some new vocabulary.
That is exactly the spirit we need, Frank. We have a really interesting mix of words today, ranging from emotional states to physical objects and even some geology.
Geology? That sounds intense. So, what is on the menu for today?
Let me run through our list. Today we are covering teenager, though, hesitate, volcano, anger, knock, more, improvement, associated, and bed.
Wow, that is quite a variety. We go from teenagers to volcanoes. I feel like there is a joke in there somewhere about explosive tempers.
There definitely is, Frank, and we will get to that. But before we dive into our deep dive, just a quick reminder to our lovely listeners. Please make sure to save this episode, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends. Also, do not forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a lesson. It really helps us keep the show going.
Absolutely. Support the show so we can keep bringing you these episodes. All right, Emma, take us away with the first word.
Let us start with a word that defines a specific time in life. The word is teenager. This refers to a person who is between 13 and 19 years old. In Chinese, the core meaning is 青少年.
Ah, yes, the teenage years. I remember them well. Or maybe I am trying to forget them. So this is strictly based on age, right? From 13 to 19?
Exactly. It comes from the fact that the numbers 13 through 19 all end in the suffix teen. It is often a time of growth and sometimes rebellion.
Right, so I could say, my nephew is a moody teenager who sleeps until noon.
That is a classic example. You might also hear people say something like, being a teenager is difficult because you are not quite an adult yet.
It is a tough transition period. Okay, what is next?
Next up, we have a very common and versatile word, though this is used as a conjunction to mean despite the fact that or however. In Chinese, we translate this as 虽然 or 不过.
This one always trips me up, Emma, because you can use it at the beginning of a sentence or at the end, right?
Precisely. That is a great observation. You can say, though it was raining, we went for a walk. That is using it at the start to mean although.
But I also hear people use it at the end of a sentence casually. Like if I say, I am really full, I want dessert though.
Yes, and in that case, it works just like however. It is very conversational. I want dessert though. It signals a contrast to your previous statement.
Got it. I am tired. I will keep studying though.
Perfect usage. Moving on to our third word, hesitate. To hesitate means to pause before you do or say something often because you are uncertain or nervous. In Chinese, it is 犹豫.
I do this all the time when I am ordering food at a restaurant. I stare at the menu and hesitate between the burger and the salad.
We have all been there. There is a famous saying, he who hesitates is lost. It means if you wait too long, you might miss your chance.
That is deep, so I could say to a friend, if you need help, please do not hesitate to call me.
Exactly. That is a very polite and common phrase. Do not hesitate to contact us.
Okay, I will not hesitate to ask for the next word.
I love the enthusiasm. The next word is volcano. This is a mountain or hill, typically conical, having a crater or vent through which lava rock fragments, hot vapor, and gas are being or have been erupted from the Earth's crust. In Chinese, it is 火山.
That is the geology word you mentioned. A volcano. I picture Hawaii or Iceland.
Yes, those are famous for them. We can use it literally like, the volcano erupted last year, sending ash into the sky.
Can we use it metaphorically, like describing someone's personality?
Definitely. You could say, his temper is like a volcano waiting to explode.
Oh, that is a vivid image. Speaking of exploding tempers, that leads us nicely to the next word, right?
It certainly does. The next word is anger. Anger is a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility. The Chinese definition is 愤怒.
Anger is a powerful emotion. I suppose we usually talk about controlling it or expressing it.
Right, we might say, he shouted in anger when he dropped his phone, or she struggled to control her anger during the argument.
It is interesting how anger is a noun here. Can I say, he angers me?
You can use anger as a verb, but it is slightly more formal. Usually we say he makes me angry using the adjective, but as a noun you can say, his face was red with anger.
Got it. Face red with anger. Okay, let us cool down a bit. What is next?
Next is knock. To knock means to strike a surface noisily to attract attention, especially when waiting to be let in through a door. In Chinese, this is qiao or qiaoji.
Simple enough. Knock on the door. But are there other ways to use it?
Oh, plenty. It can also mean to collide with someone. For example, I accidentally knocked into the table and spilled my coffee.
Or phrasal verbs. Like in boxing, they say knock out, right?
Yes, to knock someone out means to make them unconscious. Or casually, if something surprises you greatly, you can say, that news really knocked me sideways.
I like that one. It knocked me sideways. Okay, what do we have next?
The next word is more. This is a determiner or pronoun meaning a greater or additional amount or degree. In Chinese, 更多.
This seems like one of the most common words in English. Can I have more coffee, please?
It is incredibly common. It is the comparative form of much or many. You can say, we need more time to finish the project.
Or comparing things. This book is more interesting than the last one.
Exactly. And you can repeat it for emphasis. More and more people are learning English every day.
That is true. More and more. I like that structure.
And usually, when we learn more, we see an improvement. That is our next word, improvement. This is a noun meaning the action of improving or the state of being improved. In Chinese, it is 改进 or 进步.
So it is about getting better, I can say. Your English has shown a lot of improvement recently.
That is a great compliment. We often talk about self improvement, which means working on yourself, or home improvement, which means fixing up your house.
Oh, right. Home improvement stores. I also hear the phrase room for improvement.
Yes, the report was good, but there is still room for improvement. It is a nice way of saying it could be better.
Okay, let us improve our vocabulary with the next word.
The next word is associated. This is usually used as an adjective or past participle meaning connected with something else. In Chinese, 关联的 or 相关的.
This sounds a bit formal. Is it mostly used in business or science?
It is common in those fields, yes. We often say associated with. For example, there are many health risks associated with smoking.
Okay, so connected to. Could I say? I do not want to be associated with that group of people.
Absolutely. That means you do not want to be linked to them or have people think you are part of their group.
Got it. Associated with. And finally, our last word.
Our last word is very comfortable. It is bed. This is a piece of furniture for sleep or rest. In Chinese, 床.
My favorite place. I go to bed at 11.
Notice the grammar there. Go to bed means to go to sleep. If you say go to the bed, you are walking towards the specific furniture object.
Ah, good distinction. Are there other meanings? Like I have heard of a riverbed.
Yes, the bed can be the bottom of a river or sea. The riverbed was dry, or even in a garden. A flower bed is a patch of ground where flowers are planted.
So I can plant roses in a flower bed, but I should sleep in my own bed.
Please do keep them separate, Frank. It would be very messy otherwise.
Alright, that is our list. Now we have saved the list and subscribed. Let us see how these fit together.
Right. Let us move into a real life scenario. Frank, imagine we are neighbors standing in our driveways and we are talking about your teenage son who has been having a hard time lately.
Oh boy, a rebellious phase. Okay, let us do it.
Have you noticed any improvement in Billy's behavior lately, Frank?
Honestly, Emma, not really. Being a teenager is harder than I remember. He spends all day in bed and barely talks to us.
I know it is tough. Does he still have those outbursts of anger we talked about?
Yeah, he is like a volcano. One minute he is fine and the next he explodes. I hesitate to even ask him about school because I do not want to start a fight.
Is it associated with stress from his exams? Maybe he needs more support with his study.
It might be, though he says he is fine every time I knock on his door to check on him.
Well, just give it time. Maybe try to do something fun together instead of just asking about school.
You are right. I need to show him I am on his side. I just hope we see some change soon.
And scene. That was a little intense, Frank, but you used the words perfectly.
It felt very real. We managed to fit volcano, associated, and hesitate all in one conversation about parenting.
It shows how these words describe complex emotions and situations. Now, are you ready to turn the tables and test our listeners?
I was born ready. Listeners, this is the part where we challenge you. I am going to give you a sentence in Chinese using some of today's words. You have 5 seconds to translate it into English.
Remember, do not worry about being perfect. Just try to get the meaning across using the vocabulary we just learned.
Okay, here's the first challenge. I am going to use teenager improvement and though. Listen carefully. 虽然那个青少年有了一些进步，但他还是很懒惰。5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time is up. That was a tricky one. How would you translate that, Frank?
I would say, Though the teenager made some improvement, he was still lazy.
That is perfect. You could also say, although the teenager showed some improvement, he was still lazy. Both work well.
Great. Ready for round two? This one uses hesitate, knock, and anger. 如果你感到愤怒，不要犹豫去敲门。5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, what do you think?
I will take this one. I would say, if you feel anger, do not hesitate to knock on the door.
Spot on. Or you could say, do not hesitate to knock on the door if you are feeling anger. It is a weird advice, but it works grammatically.
Maybe it is a therapy door. Okay, last one. This is the boss level. It uses associated more and bed. 因为与受伤相关的疼痛很剧烈，他在床上待的时间更多了。5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was complex. Here is a good way to say it. He spent more time in bed because the pain associated with the injury was severe.
Or, because of the pain associated with the injury, he stayed in bed more.
Exactly. Excellent job, everyone. Those were not easy sentences.
You guys crushed it. Before we go, let us give you a sneak peek at the words for the next episode.
Next time, we will be discussing refreshment, seat, wrapping, bank, rose, trick, fairly, optional, medicine, and queen.
Queen and medicine? That sounds like a royal hospital visit. I cannot wait.
It is going to be fun. Thank you so much for listening today. If you found this helpful, please remember to like, subscribe, and share.
Hit that notification bell so you are the first to know when the next episode drops. Keep practicing those words.
See you next time, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.